It became, it was very frustrating for me, and something like, let's see, what was 1988, you know, we started planning for a temple in 1979, and one thing led to the other, and I would end up doing pujas, and we would go from basement to basement. In those days, we were still in small homes and apartments sometimes, and we would go from basement to basement and set up an altar and start bhajans and so forth. This went back in 71 actually. 71 is when we started. And by about 79, this group has developed very nicely. And we had covered the entire Gita, and then we, through twice actually, and we had Gita Samarop and all of that. And then this idea of the temple kind of became a kind of a bug in me, because I had gone to Pittsburgh to attend the Rajgopuram sanctification ceremony, and there was a beautiful tower, Hoysala style, you know, and Chola style, and so they had they had put a beautiful tent, and a lot of people who attended it, and the mayor of Pittsburgh was there, and he was saying, when people woo and awe and saying that I was in Madurai, I saw this temple, I was in Delhi, I'll say I got one down my street, type of thing. So he was kind of bragging.
Yeah.
And then I saw all of this, and the thought, which was kind of an unfortunate thought that came to my mind, was, if Pittsburgh can do it, surely Connecticut can. That was a wrong way of looking. And from there on,
It was a long
you know,
haul, but it's happened.
but anyway, that's the kind of, so then we started this movement, you know. So anyway, in 79 we started this. But the point I'm making is that once the temple idea crept into our group, then, you know, we had to raise money. So I would go and do pujas, and Satyanarayana puja, I would go from home to home, and some businesses, for example, we would somehow talk them into making one of these, and we'd collect $500 for doing that sort of thing, you know. So that is how we got started. And then, you know, then all of the ideas about writing puja booklets, starting from, we tried to set up a tradition of starting with Makar Sankranti, Swami Vivekananda's birthday, and puja to Surya, and then puja to Shiva in February. And also we chose some very interesting colors. This is of course gold for Surya, and ash colored for Shiva, and then we had one for Ramachandra, and let's see, it should be somewhere here, Rama, and then Ram Parivar, you see the whole thing, and then we did a booklet for Krishna, yeah, blue color, and then of course you have Mahaganapati, and then so those are the male gods, and then in the fall we decided to worship goddesses, and of course Durga, and then we have a booklet for Lakshmi, and then of course for Saraswati. All right, and then after that we were going to stop there, but then we did a book on Navagrahas.
Oh,
okay. And then my daughter Asha got pregnant, and Kamala said we should do a Seemantam. So this booklet came. This is the prenatal ceremony for young mothers. Okay, and so this kind of and you know, it seems to go on and on and on, because about 3 weeks ago, by the way, you'll get to that, the surprises when you commit to make a conduct a wedding. I'll get to that, but a quick story. The one I performed in New Jersey, the parents called me about maybe 4 weeks before the wedding, saying that, you know, we never really conducted a Brahmopadesham, Upanayanam for my son. Can you do that? So, you know, that's a much more serious ritual than the wedding, okay? So it required a lot of my time. I spent quite a bit of time, and I performed the thing the day before. And again, in spirit, it's okay, but people have to take this thing a little more seriously, because the idea is that what we call the Vatu, the candidate, is supposed to be leaving the house permanently for about 12 years to study Vedas. So he has his last meal with his mother, and he begs what we call bhiksha from the mother, and then he leaves. And so there are symbolic things like he carries a shaft, a kind of a danda, and like a walking stick type of thing, and a kamandalu to beg, and he's very dressed in a very modest way and all of that. And so this boy was dressed in silks and all of that. And the interesting thing is that after the thread ceremony is over, of course you take him and have him look at the sun, and then there are worship of the sun. It's a beautiful, absolutely beautiful, very meaningful ceremony. But these things take time, take a lot of research and so forth. But anyway, so in